Hello everybody, this is Joy from Singapore. Can you see me? This is my second Periscope. I'm really happy to be doing this again. And today I thought I can give some quick tips about how to stop being anxious, because sometimes when it happens it can be quite sudden and you wouldn't know what to do. So this happened to every one of us, so it would be really nice, I think, to have some quick ways in your mind to already know how to address the problem immediately. So okay, so to begin with, I need to first clarify the definition between being anxious and being fearful. So if you are being fearful, that's a psychological survival mechanism. Oops. And thank you for the hearts. So when you are feeling fearful, there will be this surge of energy, but it's more like a fight or flight instinct. So it's the survival instinct that we are all actually born with it, because what you're doing is you're focusing on trying to protect yourself, and that requires energy, that demands all your energy to be focused on just being, protecting yourself, and just make sure that you're safe, and you know where the danger is. So that requires energy, that demands you to be energetic, because there is a real and present danger going on. Now then, what's the difference between fear and anxiety? Okay, so what happened is, for anxiety, you are actually anxious about something that is in the future, which means it may or may not happen. But if you're fearful about something, the possibility of it is probably quite real. But when you're anxious about something, it's like, oh my God, do you think I have flunked my exam? Or it could be like, it's so late and he hasn't been home. He hasn't been home since yesterday. Did anything happen to him? And then you become really anxious. So it's really a perceived future threat. And so this threat may or may not happen. Unfortunately, the stress that comes from the threat definitely will happen. So it's really up to you. Oh my God, I have so much hearts. Thank you. So so the negative effects of the anxiety is going to happen. Doesn't matter whether what you are thinking in your mind happens or not. So you have to take care of yourself. So you have to have some quick strategies on how to relieve that anxiety when it happens. Because what if you're not alone? What if you're alone and there's nobody around that you can talk to? Or your friends are not available for you, and you're panicking and you're alone. That's a really deep black hole, I think, to be stuck in. So if you only have yourself, then make sure that what I'm going to share with you, try to apply it. So the negative effects of anxiety will actually affect your entire well-being, because physically you will feel drained. Every part of your body will be tensed up, and mentally, you don't even need to talk about mentally. I think all your energy is drained, and emotionally you're probably all over the place. You don't know what to do and what to think, and no, actually you'll be thinking of all the worst possible consequences. So but on some occasions it might actually lead you to procrastination. You will not be doing things that you might do depending on the situation, really. So in short, it means the more anxious you are, the less there is of you, because you are lost in space. You are stuck and trapped in that very intense negative emotion. So the less anxious you are, there'll be more of you, and also that means you will be more in the present. So are you ready for the 3 quickies that you can do when you're in a moment of anxiety? Okay, so I'm going to hit on the first one. Okay, the first one is simply being aware. Yes, I know it's so stupid. Of course I'm aware, right, if I'm feeling anxious. But as in really being in the moment, being aware of all your senses as you feel that sensation. What are you feeling? And what are your thoughts? What are you thinking about? What are the thoughts that is making you fearful or making things worse? What are you hearing? Some of us actually talk to ourselves in our head. We call it internal auditory in NLP terms. So really be immersed in all your five senses when you are feeling anxious. Be aware of where you are in space. Just being that awareness, basically what you're doing is you are lifting yourself up into the observer position. It's like, ooh, right? But trust me on this. So it's like you can use imagination if you like. So let's say you're sitting at a sofa, you're alone, and you're freaking out. Okay, so then you're like, okay, Joy say use this awareness thing. Okay, I'm gonna try. So you sitting there, being aware that you are sitting on the sofa. You notice how the sofa feels, using all your five senses to feel the anxiety that you're feeling, the thoughts that comes with it, and then you lift yourself up. It's almost like you cloned yourself, but then you are like in the another part of the room, or maybe even higher than where you are, than the you that is sitting in the sofa, and you are observing yourself. It's almost like a movie, except that you are the lead actor, actress, and also you are the one watching the movie. So anyway, just play along with me. So you are watching the movie of yourself being really anxious, feeling all the sensations, whatever that your five senses are bringing on the table. You're feeling everything, every part of it. Now, try it, and you might be amazed at what it does, because what happened is you are doing what we call disassociation. You have started to disassociate yourself from the feeling, the intensity of the feeling. By doing that, you don't feel so engaged. It's like you're watching a movie, and then very automatically the feeling cannot be as intense, just for the simple fact that there is two of you. One of you is the observer, and the fact that you are disassociating yourself. The one sitting at the sofa is the one that's fully associated with the feeling of anxiety, but the one that is floating around or wherever you are, the observer, is the one that is not so engaged. So when you choose to be the observer, then you will realize, oh, it doesn't feel that bad actually. And you might even in that moment realize that, oh, it's all in my head. Has it happened yet? Probably not. So what am I anxious about? About this thing in my head. So then you realize, okay, maybe it's not that bad. So that's something to think about. Yeah, I know it sounds a bit like iffy for some people, but really try it. I mean, like, what do you have to lose? Peace of mind. Okay, that's coming. Actually, I just reviewed the second tip, the second way to reduce anxiety when you feel it, which is, yes, realize that you have just lost your peace of mind. And that's something that money cannot buy, and nobody can buy it for you either. So you better keep it. How am I going to get back my peace of mind? Well, there are several ways that you can try and see which one makes you feel more comfortable. One is pray. Well, I'm not religious, but if you are, then, well, like, isn't that the first route to peace of mind? Or so I think. So pray to whoever that is your higher divinity. Pray and ask for peace. Do it in whatever form or shape that you usually do or that you're comfortable with, but pray. Okay, so if you're not religious, pray not my kind of thing, sure. Then the next thing that you can try is to meditate. Yes, I know, another one of those for some people, but lots of research have shown that meditation helps in so many ways. It helps one to calm down, that is for sure. But then having said that, meditation is not so easy most of the time. But you can still try, do simple things. There's lots of apps out there that you can download, and just listen to instruction and go through it. And if you're not comfortable with one, delete it, try another app. Right? It's just taking action. You have to take action. Okay, so try meditation. It can be as complicated, as simple, as long, as short as you want, but do it. How valuable is your peace of mind? Okay, so we have prayer, we have meditation. Okay, still not your thing? Well, then we can try affirmation. Okay, it works for some people. You can use affirmation almost like a mantra. You can even use that as some kind of meditation as well. Think in your mind a sentence that is comfortable with you, to ease your sense of anxiety, to get back your peace of mind. It could be all is well with the world. I will have the resources to resolve whatever that come my way. For example, whatever that makes you feel, that feels right with you, and then use it as an affirmation. So you can chant it, you can repeat it. Okay, so the truth is I do affirmation myself, and I have to admit in the beginning I'm also quite skeptical. I'm like, really, just keep chanting the same thing means that I will get $1 million or something like that? Like, really? Well, I'm not sure about the $1 million part. I'm still working on it. But what I do know is that something strange happen so long as you persist. At some point, what feels very strange, like to tell you the truth, in the beginning when I do affirmation, I feel a little bit like a cheat, like I don't really believe it while I'm saying it, right? But then I persisted and persisted. And I have to say, I'm at a point in my life when I'm perfectly comfortable with my affirmation, because somehow, emotionally wise, it just feels more and more real. And that's amazing, because it's no difference from all the negative thoughts that you say to yourself every day, all your life. It's no difference really. It's just that affirmation is a conscious effort, whereas all the negative thoughts in your head, you may not even recognize them. You may not even know you're doing that every day. So there's no difference really. It's the same. It's repetition. Just that affirmation is like repetition at will. It's a conscious effort to have a better life, to be a better person by using affirmation. So try it if it makes you feel comfortable. Okay, form a sentence that really sits with you about being less anxious and regaining your peace of mind, and then just chant it. I mean, like if you're showering, you're brushing your teeth, what's the big deal? Just, if you're brushing your teeth, well, I guess you can say it then. Well, in your head, just repeat it when you're showering, and there's nobody in the, you shower alone, right? I don't know. So anyway, so when you're showering or when you're just doing things where you don't need a lot of attention, just do your affirmation. Like, well, verbally is best, but if you can't, just in your head, just repeat it like like when you brush your teeth. Well, you'll be surprised that and the good thing is when you do affirmation, you can't. Well, you can try. Let me know how it happens, because for me, I can't. You can't do affirmation and at the same time feel anxious, and have all this negative thought continue in your head. It's just impossible, because you need to focus on your affirmation, even though it's the same old sentence, but still it takes effort. It takes some kind of effort to focus and keep repeating. So you can't do that and at the same time entertain all the negative thoughts in your head, which I suspect contributes to you being anxious. So think about it. It's all very logical. There's nothing airy-fairy about it. Okay, so we have, under peace of mind, you can do prayer, you can meditate, you can do affirmation. And the fourth one, you can do deep breaths. Without breath, you are dead. The only reason why you're alive is because you're breathing. So, and guess what? It's free. So you might as well use it. Take deep breaths. One method that I've learned is breathe through your stomach and feel it, filling it with air, and then take your time to breathe in and take your time to breathe out. And take your time to do like 20, 50, however long it takes to give you back your peace of mind. When you take deep breaths, oxygen gets back into your system. The brain has more oxygen to function on. You can't possibly go wrong with deep breathing. And in fact, I think the yoga has a kind of method for deep breathing, which I do every morning after my gym session. You can Google on it. I'm not sure of the Indian word for it, but the words are always so long. But anyway, loosely in English, it's called the alternate nostril breathing. It's very interesting. At least I can speak for myself. When I first tried it, okay, it was a bit strange. I like, who breathe like that, right? But again, I persisted, and then now I actually quite like it, because it's a very strange thing. I never know that one of my nose breathe more than the other nose. I actually breathe, I'm actually more comfortable breathing with using my right nose than my left nose. How strange is that? But yeah, it's true. And how did I come to that realization? Because when I tried the alternate nostril breathing, I realized that the right nose was like no problem, all good. Of course, more oxygen, but otherwise nothing changes. But then when I had to do closing the right nose to breathe on the left, I had this high. I felt this exhilaration, and I felt this sense of unfamiliarity. It's like, oh. So that was when it occurred to me that, oh man, like I actually breathe more using right nose than left nose. It is actually not equal. And the whole point of doing alternate nostril breathing is actually supposedly each nose has different function and nourishes different parts of your body. So for my case, so if I don't breathe so much on the left side, so it means certain things, certain part of my body is not getting enough oxygen because I don't breathe in as deeply as with my right nose. So by doing the alternate nostril breathing, everything balances up, and on top of it, you have oxygen for every part of your brain, every part of your body and your brain. That's what I meant. And most importantly, is it's inevitable you will feel at least more calm. So try it, alternate nostril breathing. Okay, so we have prayer, meditate, affirmation, deep breaths. Okay, so this one is more for like I guess maybe for anger management, but you can still try. I mean, no harm, as you can try counting backwards. I guess this is what you do when you're trying to not burst out in anger, but I think it's still worth a shot, because if you have to count backwards, and you can't entertain, it's the same logic, you cannot entertain all the negative thoughts that's in your head because you need to concentrate. That's why I say count backwards, not forwards. Okay, so if you do that, it might help you. I mean, it's good distraction, and if you do it long enough, it might give you time to just calm down. And the reality is, why can't you do a combination of all of these efforts? I mean, like if you do everything, wow, I think you'll probably be like super zen. I'm not sure, but you can try. So the last one for peace of mind, last two actually, for peace of mind is go back to nature. If it's a time that, if you have the time and it's the time of day where it's okay to go out, go outside. Take a deep breath, go to where the trees are, where the waters are, and just be with nature. Sometimes I think it's being enclosed all the time. We are always at home or in shopping centers or in cafes or restaurants. We're always indoor. It's good to go out and just take deep breath and be close to nature. Take a walk and take a deep breath while you walk. Do your affirmation while you walk. Be creative, right? Engage your mind in positive way. Be committed to having back your peace of mind. Or if it's not very important to you, then there's no point listening to me. Okay, and then the last one for peace of mind is, if I know it works for sure, it works for some people. Listen to music. Listen to your favorite music. Well, I'm not so sure about rock and roll at this point, but maybe more peaceful music. And if you can't go out in nature, well, then you can cheat. You can listen to sounds of nature. Just Google it. Just go iTunes, Spotify, anything. It's so easily available. Listen to sounds of nature, or just peaceful music, or Enya, or classical music. Whatever that rocks your boat, man, just do it. Okay, so as you can see, oops, I'm going to have low bat soon. So as you can see, there's so many ways actually that you can try to be less anxious. And I haven't even touched on the last one. Well, the last one is, it's a NLP technique. It may or may not work for you, but it's a very simple technique really. It's clench your fist, okay? So you close your eyes and you think of this thing that's bothering you. As you think of it, you clench your fist and you just go tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And when it's like you're feeling all the intensity, all your senses, you're extremely anxious about this issue, and then you just let it go. And don't just do the action, like really engage the way you are engaging as you clench your fists and think of these negative feelings and being anxious. Use the same intensity when you let it go. So clench as you get tighter, 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 as you think more and more of the situation. And then with the same intensity, let it go. Got it? Okay, so that's what I call the NLP clench. So hopefully it will help you. So just a quick recap. So how can you try to be less anxious? Well, you can be more aware, engage in all your senses, do the observer method. There's another one of you that is floating on top of the ceiling, or it could be another part of the room, observing the you that is sitting at the sofa feeling very anxious, and feeling yourself being disassociated with all the anxiety. Okay, so being aware, or you can use other ways of being aware. The key word here is awareness. Okay, so that's the first method. Second method is claim back your peace of mind. Use all the small methods that I told you that you can try. So you can pray, you can meditate, you can do your affirmation, you can do your deep breath, you can count backwards, you can go to nature, you can listen to music. And then the last method is NLP clenched. Okay, as you think of this thing that is bothering you, as you engage all your senses and you feel more and more and more and more anxious, as you tighten your fist, and with the same amount of intensity, let it go. Do it several times, and do it slowly, and then increase your pace, and then make it fast, and then let it go, and then see how you feel. And if you still feel like, oh, I'm still feeling so anxious, it's okay. Then maybe go back to the other two methods. Okay, don't give up. Peace of mind is priceless, and you don't need to feel anxious when it's all in your head. Remember what I said earlier? Oftentimes you're feeling anxious about something that has not happened. It's a projected future. You are anxious about, in that moment in time, at least, you are anxious about nothing. So don't worry. Okay, keep calm, keep your peace of mind, be happy, and send me lots of love. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this little clip. It's not little, I think it's quite long, but sorry. Okay, so this is Joy. I'm a life coach. My company is Joylight. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. My Facebook page is Joylink, and you can also find me in LinkedIn. So I'll talk to you soon. Have a good day. Okay, great. Now I don't know how to end chat.